we think we may be over some of the schedule release stuff, but what was your reaction when you see at Pittsburgh and at Atlanta your first year in LA?
Yeah, that's dope. That was amazing. And then going into it too, I wasn't even thinking that the Chargers would play those teams.
Yeah.
But now that it is, man, it's always a great homecoming to go back to Pittsburgh, no matter what team you're playing for. If you played in Pittsburgh, to go back and play in Pittsburgh, it's always good. It's always a great feeling. The fans will show you love. You'll be able to feel that homecoming because the whole coaching staff who was there when I played is still there. So they never change.
Yeah.
So it's always a good opportunity to see those people. And going back to Atlanta, it's a great opportunity not for me to buy tickets this time, but for everybody else to come buy tickets.
Yeah, exactly. All right, as promised, one of my favorite players in the league. He's a dirty work guy. He makes the plays other people don't want to make, and he makes them a lot, and now he's a Charger. We're welcoming to the show Bud Dupri. What's up, Bud? How you doing, man?
Man, I'm good. Thank you for having me, man. Appreciate it.
Dude, we love your game. I know you and I have talked a lot, but it's good to get you on the show because I really do think you're a defensive lineman's defensive lineman. I said the thing about dirty work. I mean it. It's been a lot of fun to watch you, and it's going to be fun to watch you in L.A. And I want to introduce you to my co-host here. Macon, why don't you do the honors?
Bud, my name's Macon, and I want to get your take on my name being Macon because I don't know whether or not you come across Macons being from Macon.
No, for sure. Nah, that's a crazy name, man.
He was so fucking psyched to tell you his name was Macon. He was like, bro, we're going to hit it off because, he's from Macon.
I mean, Charlottesville, we got a lot of Charlottes hanging around.
Yeah. But no, he's actually in his hometown, and this is the first thing I want to ask you. There's Bud Dupri Day. What's that like?
So, man, Bud Dupri Day is fun, man. It's basically a community event. We give out free food, have free stuff all the way down the road. It's actually the street I grew up on, and they changed the name to Bud Dupri Drive. So, it's a great time for the community, great event, man. Kids having fun. All the parents get to have fun. They kind of let their kids just run around, violent-free in the environment, man. People don't got to worry about their kids. They know they're going to have a good time. They'll be safe. And they just go out there, man, have fun, let their hair down. The parents can go over there and have fun with their little group of friends they haven't seen all year. And, just a great opportunity, man, for the community to just get together and bridge the gap.
We need to come to Bud Dupri Day.
Yeah. Well, I think we
need to bring the pod down to Bud Dupri Day.
Yeah.
That's what I realized.
Should be dope, man.
Yeah, dude. We get down.
Yeah.
It sounds good down there, man. So how was playing in your home state and everything with Atlanta? Was it a lot of fun? Were the tickets crazy? How did you handle the tickets?
Yeah, so that's the crazy thing about being in Atlanta. The tickets was, insane. Every game, somebody want to come. But I understood it because, a lot of being in Pittsburgh, people didn't travel to Pittsburgh. Then when I got to Tennessee, it was closer, but it still wasn't too close where they really can just come up the road and, kind of travel. Still farther away where I can be kind of left alone. But, in Atlanta, it was no excuse. Every game, even if I didn't get them the tickets, they was going to find a way to get in that game.
Mm-hmm.
So after the game, I had about 40 people each game, waiting in the family section. And, we only get a certain amount of bands, but the team just started letting out my family through.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, it was smooth though, man. It was a once in a lifetime opportunity. Obviously they're not going to come to LA. Everybody not going to be able to come to LA. But, it's still a great opportunity for everybody to be able to see me play, especially bringing the kids from the neighborhood and the community up there, man, getting them the chance to see me play too. That was the most special to me.
Yeah, the kids, no question. You got as many tickets as you need, but I wonder what your protocol is when grown adults hit you up on a Wednesday and they're like, yo, I need 8 tickets for the game this week. Do you send them the list that's got the price of the tickets on there? Because I used to do that. Be like, okay, just so you know, I got to buy them too. Or did you just pick it up? Or did it depend on the situation?
It depends on if somebody told me a week ahead, it's my close family, I get the tickets. But if it's it was a lot of random people. I send them my cousin number, and then she'll be the bearer of bad news and be like, "Oh well, this game we sold out. This game we don't got them. Here's the link though. Here's the link. You can buy the ticket. They only $50."
Oh, I can't find tickets anywhere. I don't know. Hey, Bud, I need tickets. I can't find them anywhere. Where do you know where I could find some tickets? That's how people do.
You know exactly how they do it. You know exactly how they do. You know, I can't find them. Now here go the link.
That's beautiful, man. One of the best stories from last year watching Atlanta, and I really liked all the veterans you had, and I thought you guys played really well. And quietly, like people didn't give Atlanta a lot of credit defensively, but I think Ryan Nielsen's a great coach, man. And I was actually hoping he'd end up in like Philly, but they ended up with Fangio, so that's all well and good. But Nielsen down in Jacksonville, what can you tell me about Ryan Nielsen, and what kind of edge does he give people schematically? What does he hang his hat on?
No, he hangs his hat. Personally, I feel like he hangs it on technique. He's a very strong technique guy. He wants to alignment and assignment. You know, he's very critical on that. So, you know, he feels like if you're in the right place at the right time, you'll be able to make the play.
Yeah.
That's what he really wants you to do. And, you know, Philly would be a good spot for him to be because he loves that real four down hard look. And, you know, he's going to have them guys in Jacksonville trying to run through people's face each and every time. You know, he likes the bigger guys. So he got it with Trayvon Walker down there. Josh Allen's a big edge guy too, and those interior guys they have, you know, they'll definitely fit his scheme schematically. But you know, he's what he's very specialized in. He specializes in the three techniques and the nose guards. So like he spends most of the time with those guys than he does with the edge guys, and and to the point where it's like they're doing the same drills, repetitive over and over. Because he says he takes pride in those guys being able to control the front and stop the defense from people running the ball on us. You know, it played out good too.
That begs the question as an edge guy. I always ask edge guys this. Would you rather play with a dominant three or a bookend that's great? I mean, you've had TJ on the other side. You've played with Brady inside. You play with Jeffrey Simmons inside. What do you think actually helps more? Full disclosure, I always said interior rusher because they affect the drop target and that sort of thing, and you can run games with them.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like to take away the chips a lot, you know, to help for the edge guy personally.
Yeah.
But you know, you want to have that three technique that can very, very pass rush like a real rusher. Being able to get upfield, you know, being able to run games with them, coming inside of them. Like you said, making sure that the quarterback doesn't step up right into that gap.
Yeah.
And you know, I was excited to play with Grady, but he ended the season early this year.
Yeah.
But Dave Automato did a pretty good job of stepping up as well.
He was really good.
Yeah. I wish we would have put Khallil inside more.
Yeah.
And you know, that would have been definitely, you know, helpful when Grady had
Does
went down.
Khallil still have juice? Like, do you think he plays a couple more years? Because I can't believe it. We're the same draft class, and I'll run into him all the time or talk to him and be like, I just cannot believe you're still going to Wednesday practices, you know, doing all this bullshit, man. Like, how did he do as a vet, and like how much gas do you think's left in the tank for big fella?
Bro, I think he can get to 20 if he really want to. Like, I think he can touch it. He's still playing, you know, he's still playing in the high level. He takes care of his body like, you know, crazy though. He's not going to go out there and practice full speed the whole time. He's going to be real smart about how he go out there and practice. But, you know, when it comes to the game, man, I feel like he can, with a good rotation, he still can go out there and play you by 2 more years. Because it's 17 right now, right?
Oh man, it's gotta be, dude. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean,
so few linemen get to play 20 years. There's like Jackie Slater, like guys you haven't heard of, like Jeff Scanina, but there's very few interior guys on the defensive side of the ball that play 20 years.
Yeah.
I mean, that'd be incredible.
Bud, you turned 31 this year. Are you feeling like an old head, or are you 25 mentally, 35 physically? How are you feeling?
Yeah. What Calvin Ridley has said on paper, I'm 31, but in real life, I'm 25.
Yes, exactly. Okay, so you're going with that answer.
Yeah, but I still feel good, man. I went through a lot of bumps and bruising, man. When I started getting hurt a lot, you know, that kind of like trickled down a little bit. But you know, as far as right now, mentally and physically, I still feel the same, explosive, fast. Do I want to play the Calais amount of time? Now, I don't know how my body will feel then, but you know, it's still a blessing to be able to, you know, to still go out there and run with the best of them right now, man. Yeah. But you know, it plays a part, man. You know, waking up, keep waking up, man. It plays a part. Everybody call me Unc now. So I remember I was calling all the older guys OG. Yeah. So now I'm the Unc in the room. So it's crazy.
And you play a really physical style. You always have, like whether it was closing on the backside or you with the bull rush and everything comes off of it. playing the run. I just feel like you're a complete player, and those guys, like, it can wear on them as their career goes on. And I wonder, like, has your game changed at all to accommodate the age? Like, because as I got older, I changed the way I rushed a little bit because I didn't have that same explosion off the edge. But if you have the power, you can make the transition. Have you changed at all, your play style or the way you treat your body or go through the week as you've gotten older?
Yeah, definitely, man. I try to, the coaches started holding me back a little bit more too, giving me a couple of days to, to not go out there and go full speed. Cause as soon as we on the field, man, we want to go balls to wall each and every time we get out there. So we got to save ourselves from ourselves sometimes. That's a great job being in communication with the coaches last year in Atlanta. And then obviously now with the Chargers, it's also great to be able to have, Bosa and Khalil. To be able to be with those guys and, not having to take the full load. My body changes, man. Definitely. I make sure I do a little bit more, recovery aspect now, even pre-practice.
Yeah.
I used to do a lot of pre-practice stuff. I used to just go out there and just warm up with the team and go get it done. But now I got to make sure I go in the building earlier to warm up myself, then warm up with the team to make sure I'm real fluid and, don't have any just preventative injuries type, trying to make sure I don't go out there and get tight and the hips get tight in the hamstring and stuff like that as well.
Do you like I remember there was a point in my career where I had to be sold on not playing 70 plays. Like, say, when Jeff Fisher came to St. Louis and all those dudes came to our D line, it was like, yo, Chris, like, William Hayes is a great player. Like, you're going to play 50. He's going to play 30. Like, we need to get him on the field and you need the rest. That sounds good on the surface, but then you try to rush with the same rhythm and you're in and out of the game, that sort of thing. Like, do you worry about not being able to set things up or build a rhythm? And how do you get around that when you take less snaps to look out for your body in the second half of your career?
Yeah, that's the crazy thing about it. When no one never really it sounds good, like you said, it sounds good when you say you're gonna get a lot of plays, you're gonna be fresh. That sounds good. Mm-hmm. But we still want to be out there. If it's 65 plays in the game, we still want to play all 65 plays.
Yeah.
That's just the mentality that we have, as edge rushers too. And then, when I was watching you at the end of your career too, like, you still was being able to, do moves and come around the corner, speed of power, long arm was still cross chopping. And the thing about that is, I know I saw more sacks if we played more.
Yes.
So, you always leave that audio, you always had it in your brain, like, he got that sack on that third down. He was unblocked. That could have been me.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And, it's all about probability. If I was in the game when this happened, I get that layup.
Yep. And so that's the hardest thing to swallow. Like, dang, you're going to give some plays away.
Yeah.
That's the hardest thing to swallow, I feel like.
Yeah, no question, man. With your power rush, because I think everything comes for you off of the threat of running somebody the fuck over, which you've done so much. But, like, talk me through your mentality and what comes off of power. Do you prefer two hands? Do you prefer a long arm? Why in certain situations would you prefer a long arm? And talk me through what comes off of power for people that don't understand.
Yeah, it kind of gets the edge shorter as well. Me too. I want to go long arm stab off to the power, kind of like showing the same angle. So now when I stick, after I went power and I'm sticking the long arm, also still going to the power move, and I'll be able to let you see me. So I'm shooting the hand and I'm coming with the outside hand now to get the outside hand off, and I can be able to turn the corner. Just try to make everything look the same and keep the same intensity, going through it. But it's everything kind of feeds off itself. If you run somebody over like 2 times, the edge gonna get so much faster for you.
Yes.
You'll be able to speed, dip, rip, side scissors, turn a corner, man. It's a fun situation, when you threaten with it.
Do you like playing a puncher, or do you like playing somebody that holds his hands low? Like, I remember at a certain point in my career, things started changing where a lot of tackles were going low hand and they were pulling a hand back, or they were going one low hand. What do you prefer? And were there sets that you had trouble with early in your career that you started to figure out ways to combat?
Yeah, so the set I had trouble with was that's that new set they do when they go out and then back. So
they cut you off, make you think you got the inside, and then they go horizontal and deep.
Yeah. So that was the one that kind of like came out of. I feel like the old linemen started getting together and they started teaching that.
Yeah.
Because it was one thing, it was one throw off that kind of like had everybody in a funk for a little while, and I really couldn't get over it.
And they talk.
But
We don't talk enough. They talk. All those little motherfuckers, they have little camps and they spread the wealth.
Yeah, they be talking before the game, acting like they friends. After the game, asking about the edge versus. I'm like, we on the same team. You telling him about my moves? It's crazy though. But now that's the hardest thing about it. But I like personally, I like the ones who who hold their hands back, because sometimes they put themselves in a situation where they be right up on the quarterback, and all you gotta do is gonna go through them.
Punch.
And the quarterback is right there at the line of scrim at the attack point.
Yeah.
And despite of when they really punching, you really gotta make that contact work.
Yes.
And you gotta double move it right away if you miss it.
And it's not all power. I think it's all timing. I think like you're really powerful, but it's all timing when you put that hand in his chest. Is he turned? Is he floating? Is he deep? Or does he have one foot in there? And I think with that, personally, I think with the cutoff set and then the deep set, you can tighten down, right? Like you can tighten down to make sure that he doesn't try to jump set you in the first part of that set. So like there's different ways you can play with your alignment too.
Yeah. That's definitely one you can do. Go inside, make sure you win.
Yep.
And they're going to definitely slow their ass down.
Yeah,
they never want to get beat inside.
That's the key, man. All right, so with Mahomes, you've rushed Mahomes before. You talk about drop target and that sort of thing. I always say it'd be really tough to block for Mahomes because you don't know where he's going to be, and sometimes he's going to drift to 11. Sometimes he's going to step up and climb and hit the perimeter. Like, what's the key to rushing Mahomes? If you were coaching a D-line, and this D-line hadn't played him before, and you were like, this is going to be the key. How do guys balance to create a pocket that's Mahomes proof?
Mahomes, I think it goes back to the great interior rush game with Mahomes. You got to have someone who's going to be flashy inside and win a block fast.
Yeah.
You also got to have a guy on the edge who can go speed the power, but also a guy on the edge who can go straight speed too, to be able to beat around and kind of run that hoop. He's going to be. That's the hardest person to kind of dictate throughout the league where he'll be in every play. You play Kirk Cousins and Aaron Rodgers, they're going to be, they'll be right there where you want them to be every time. You just got to win the matchup. Yeah. Lamar too, like he's one of those guys who's not going to be in that target area whenever you Khallil. Man, those guys are just great at kind of like changing it up. They're making you think that they're going to be there, but also they're not as well. So, now, that's some shit you really got to film study, but I think it goes to the number one thing is in great interior rush and coordination with the edges together.
Yeah, and like Lamar, he'll tease that B gap, and then you'll pop off in the B, and then he's around the corner. He's almost like a running back the way, obviously, you throw the fuck out of the football, but like when you're back there trying to close gaps, it's like you got to play it like the run game. Like you got to show color in the B and then be ready to pop back out. And guess what? He's faster than you. So it's like the quarterbacks have changed so much in this league that it's really hard, especially when you play man. Like you got to know when you're in man behind you.
Then you got to go pressure rush.
Yep.
And we hate that.
Yes.
Everybody hate that. Everybody hate to go speed the power the whole game because the quarterback going to scramble.
Yes, dude. And D-line coaches get so scary about these guys now.
Yeah. I'm like, bro, we would have rushed like the first quarter.
Yep.
We wait till the fourth quarter to rush.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, we would have did this in the first quarter. Probably would have came up with 3-4 more sacks, made an effect on the ball carrier. But I understand they be so nervous, and I want to play the scheme schematically, which is understandable because we do be in man with those guys back turned. He gets to the lane. It's over with, So we got to make sure we on the same time.
All right. So first impressions of LA, like OTAs start this week. Like what's your involvement in this phase? And then like how much of the rookies are you seeing? How much of Coach Harbaugh have you talked to?
Well, I talked to him one time when I went out there. I'm actually going back today. So nice. I'm about to go back. I'm headed back today. I'll be out there. I'm going to try to do the OTA. I want to make sure I haven't did OTAs this early since like my fourth year.
Yeah.
But I want to make sure I get used to the new teams, also a new side of the world. Make sure I get used to the timing. Also, go out there and new staff as well. So build with those guys and, kind of communicate with Derwin. Derwin's out there still, every day. So make sure one of the leader guys there, make sure I'm, getting in tune with him and Denzel.
Yeah.
So, being to see that all the rookies are there. Yeah. I talked to him when I went there the last time.
Yeah.
So I know a few of the guys, but just to kind of build that football relationship with them is what I got to do now. I kind of like know them away from football, but I want to build that the field for a relationship with them.
What do you think about the scheme? You know, from what you know, and why did you choose the Chargers?
Choosing the Chargers, man, just gave me an opportunity to be, you know, with a whole group of guys who are just focused on rushing. They kind of sold me on that when I went there. You know, everyone's going to be able to, you know, create one-on-one matchups with this group that we have. Being able to, you know, be on the field with those guys at the same time. First, second, and third down. So, you know, being able to create packages and matchups, man, that we can win out of. And I was excited to see how it's going to unfold. So, you know, that's why I really want to go over there and kind of get to work early. You know, make sure I capitalize on that.
Let's go start, bench, cut with 3 uniform combinations here.
Right.
The Steelers, you know, the black and I guess they call it gold. They don't want to say yellow, even though Wiz Khalifa says yellow, and they sing like
yeah.
It's fucking weird. Okay, and then Atlanta's throwbacks, the Jeff Georges, or take your pick of the best Chargers combination. Start, bench, cut.
Start the throwback Atlanta.
I agree.
Yeah, I'm gonna cut the Chargers. I'm gonna just cut the Chargers. I'm a bench.
No.
Yeah.
He hasn't worn it yet.
You know, he hasn't worn it yet. He can't speak on it.
Yeah, they dope though. Like like the combination they got is dope though, because it's coming, but it's just something about the tradition, the traditional block letters with the
hell yeah,
Steelers
dude.
is dope though.
I agree.
Yeah.
Bud, you wore 2 at Kentucky. You said, I'm trying to be number 1, but I'm working like I'm number 2.
Oh, I like that.
You've been 48 in the league. Are you sticking with 48? If so, why?
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep it out the whole time.
I like that.
Just stick with it. No, everybody got the brand already. I ain't want to go to change the numbers, unless I was probably gonna get number 2 again, but that'd have been smooth.
I know they gave you shit when you walked out with 48 in the beginning.
Yeah, everybody did. Yeah, what the hell? That was the first year we can get 40s.
Yeah.
So they were like, man, what the hell you got that ugly ass number for?
I can't even think of another great 48.
Easton Stick is currently wearing 2. Would probably take about $500 to get 2 off.
You just take that off Easton Stick, bro.
Yeah, I might need to go slide him right quick.
Yeah. So what's your impressions of Coach Harbaugh when you talk to him, and then like what excites you about, I think, physicality, man? Like you just fit kind of what I think he wants, but what is it for you?
For me, man, it was just the way that he was in tune with the guys and the players at a short amount of time that he's already been there. Seeing though how he kind of like how he really cares about them and how he talks about just the players. You know, you can feel it. Some coaches they talk like that, but you can feel it when they really not into it. They just kind of like going through the motion and talking like everybody gonna say, yeah, I'm a coach, I'm a player's coach. That's the number one thing everyone gonna say. But for you to actually see it and hear it through the people, as soon as I'm coming in, feeling the energy for the other players, they're already loving Coach Harbaugh. Like he not even been there that long, but y'all already feel like y'all know actually a part of his family. You know, that says a lot, you know, early on for a new coach. And I'm excited to see, how he comes in and, and extinguishes himself, right away in his AFC division.
Have you seen who the linebackers coach is, Chris?
No, I don't even know.
2010 draft class, Navarro Bowman.
No fucking way, dude.
Oh.
Did you know
that?
Yeah,
Beau up there too.
Yeah,
I seen it when I went. Uh-huh.
That's awesome, dude.
Best players to ever wear the number 48.
Okay.
Stephen Davis
gets
the nod. Honorable mention, Lionel Washington, Ken Ellis, and Bud Dupri.
I think Bud Dupri's right there.
We're already on the Mount Rushmore
right there. They
of
get a
48s.
You get a Super Bowl, he might be number 1. All right.
All right. We think we may be over some of the schedule release stuff, but what was your reaction when you see at Pittsburgh and at Atlanta your first year in LA?
Yeah, that's dope. That was amazing. And then going into it too, I wasn't even thinking that the Chargers would play those teams.
Yeah.
But now that it is, man, it's always a great homecoming to go back to Pittsburgh, no matter what team you're playing for. If you played in Pittsburgh, to go back and play in Pittsburgh, it's always good. It's always a great feeling. The fans will show you love. You'll be able to feel that homecoming because the whole coaching staff who was there when I played is still there. So they never change.
Yeah.
So it's always a good opportunity to see those people. Going back to Atlanta, it's a great opportunity not for me to buy tickets this time, but everybody else to come buy tickets.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Right.
So luckily we only get 2. I'm gonna let we only get 2 away game tickets, man. So
tell the truth this time. What's the first thing as a rusher that you look at when you look at the schedule? I know what I used to look at, but what do you look at?
The tackles in every team. Definitely. I want to see who the tackle, first of all, who the best one I got to go against.
Mm-hmm.
When are they? Which week is that?
So here's the Chargers schedule. We get the Raiders week 1. Now the Raiders, I feel like because of the way they beat the Chargers last year, that's going to be a pretty contentious game. And I want to see Antonio Pierce and Harbaugh. Like, those are two alphas. Like, so I want to see that. Tackles, I'm not worried about it so much. I'm not speaking for Bud. Panthers, not worried about tackles. Steelers, you got 2
first rounders, 2
young guys, right? When you're facing a young guy, what's your mentality?
You got to go all day with them. You got to let them know that, because, young guys, they come out hype. They come out hype early on. You got to let them know that early on that I'm a grown man, you still a kid. So you got to make sure that you tell them that. But, at the end of the day, man, they're 2 first rounders, so they're going to be talented. You just got to make sure that when they drop their ball, that you make sure you making them pay every time.
And so if we go down the list, we've got the Chiefs, and listen, I'm not going to call any tackles out there. The Broncos, I'm not going to call any tackles out there. You might do 15 this year.
15 and a half.
Oh my God. Okay. The Saints. Now Ramchek's a good player, but if you get Ramchek up the field and get him turned, you can bull him.
Exactly.
What I'm talking about.
Yeah. Hey, right. I ain't gonna lie. So I'm looking too, and it's a great schedule.
Yeah, bud.
A great schedule.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, so then the other thing I look at is athletic quarterbacks. The best tackle you're going to face, by the way, is Tristan Wirfs.
Yeah.
Late in the season. Other than that, I don't see any blue chip tackles. I don't want to take anything away from anybody. The Falcons have solid tackles. They have a solid offensive line, good offensive line. But I look at quarterback and the mobility, because like you and I both know you can win 10 rushes a game, but if you play the Ravens, it's going to be tough. Same thing with the Chiefs, and then obviously you don't have to worry about the guy on the other sideline. That Justin Herbert has got to be tough to sack. Deshaun obviously too. And then there's like you look at a game like Cleveland, and you're like, I'm going to have to strap it up.
No, for sure. Buckle your chin scrap.
All day.
Buckle your chin scrap. Get ready for downhill, spill, front arm.
Yep.
Everything. Wrong arm, get ready for everything.
That's how it was back in the day. All right. So then the other thing I look at is surfaces and primetime games. So I don't know how many primetime games you guys have, but I've asked a lot of rushers this, and I if I had to guess, I know the answer, but do you like grass or turf?
I like turf.
Wow, I like grass. You're not old enough yet to like grass the most.
Yeah.
Because in a year or two, you're going to like grass.
Oh, for sure. But I like to train on, like, all season, I like to train on the grass.
Yeah.
I like to train on the grass, for sure.
Yep.
But, like, you feel way better after a grass game.
Damn right.
But the reason I like turf is because, if it rained a little bit before the game, you still be good.
Yep. I just think grass slows the fast guys down, and now they're on my level. You know what I mean? So that's
right.
You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
So,
it does.
All right, I want to have you do this thing before we get out of here. And I haven't given you any warning, and in fact, I didn't think about it very long either. So we'll work through this together. But the all dirty work team. I want to put an all dirty work team together. Two ends and 2 tackles. And these are guys that fit the mold of you. And the way I would define you is super underrated, the guy that does everything, the guy that's willing to do dirty work, come down and blow up a puller, fucking, play the screen, set the edge. So who are those guys in the league that you respect their game and you think of yourself in that same category as, like, I'm gonna 2 ends and 2 tackles? I got Big Z on my watch list. Za'Darius Smith.
Me too. Z, Jeff, Danico Autry.
Autry's on my team.
Yep. Danico can play N or 3.
Yep, he can do anything. Yep, and he's so underrated. He's been up around double digits multiple times his whole career. I think Brandon Graham, he's getting up there a little bit in age, but I think BG, I put him in that same category of, like, dudes who would do everything, play with power. You took 3 of my guys here, so I guess we need one more. So we got 2 ends that we've talked about, and we've got 1 tackle that we've talked about. I would have put DJ Reader.
DJ Reader, of course. And I still go Jeff Simmons too.
Jeff Simmons. To me, it's like everybody knows what he does. Like, but I agree. He is, like, of all the superstars, he does the most dirty work. What is it about Jeffrey Simmons? Like, to me, he seems like the most violent guy on the field. Like, between
that's what he just. Yeah, he just want to take pride in being the bully. He takes pride in being the bully. Then you go play with a guy like See, him and Cam Hayward, man, I just
Yeah.
Cam is dirty too, like that. Like they kind of like he like the little brother of Cam.
Yep,
like,
no question.
You know what I'm saying? And then you got somebody like Grady, who was a pass rush specimen.
Yeah.
Like, you know, Grady gonna come cross chopping and jabbing inside out. So that was cool. That's his game. He a real rusher.
Okay.
But he also powerful too. But I just feel like the
Nico
is one of those guys who very underrated as well. No one really talks about, but every time he's gonna go out there and give you at least 8 sacks.
Yep.
Playing 3 technique, playing defensive end, loves taking on the run.
Yep.
Doesn't shy away from it as well.
Yep. No,
and Zadarius is
dog.
Big wide body man and your dog. You know,
dog.
3 technique. You want him to play 3, he'll play 3, and he'll play in.
Yep.
Yep. No, he's a good dude.
All right, well, so the last one for you, I don't know where you're sitting right now statistically, but is there a number for sacks for you for your career that you eyeball? Because there was one for me, and then it moved a little bit based on how old I got and injuries. But like, what is it for you?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. When I first started, my shit was like 95.
Mm-hmm.
When I first started, but I started missing games and shit started happening how I didn't want it to happen. And now, you know, I'm just whatever. I don't got a number right now, but I just want to just go past 60.
All right, he's at 53. I think we're gonna get 60 this year. And
go after
65,
C-Long.
Yeah, just beat me, bro. Get to like 75 and call it a day, and then don't beat me too bad. Just beat, you know, like just by a couple, and then just so. All right.
What BG got?
BG
gotta have like
still
60.
He's like right there with me, and I've been giving him shit because I'm like, you just hanging around to try to beat me, huh? It's like year 15 for this one. He's got 73. He beat me last year, this motherfucker.
Okay,
but yeah, BG he's up there in years, so if he could just get a couple more, maybe he can get to like 85. But anyways, Bud, whatever you do, man, just keep doing what you're doing, bro. It's a lot of fun to watch you play, man. Much respect, and I can't wait to. I think you guys are gonna make some noise this year in LA, and you're gonna be a big part of it, man. So thanks for coming on the show,
man. Appreciate you for having me, man. No, let me know anytime you need me again. I'm always here.
Yes, sir.